Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Monday Breakthrough. Just last week, I was talking to Sam Parrott on the last episode of my podcast. I don't know if you missed it, but we discussed how amazing it is to actually be able to live off creating digital products. Later in the week, I was chatting with another friend about how much easier it is for me to live this way. And then I got a question on Instagram about some tips for a new creator. And I couldn't help but wonder, how is it possible that after all this time in the world we live in, there still aren't more resources to teach you how to succeed by selling digital products? Now, these Monday Breakthrough sessions are way too short for such a broad subject, but I can give you some simple starter tips I wish I had when I first began creating templates in later fonts. Also, I would definitely like to debunk one huge myth about selling digital products, that this is a passive way to earn money. Trust me, there's absolutely nothing passive about it. But let's start from the beginning. Somehow, every start in my career was connected to Adobe Flash. My first client projects were Flash websites, and my first digital products were Flash templates. Back in the day, you could actually create Flash micro websites and embed them into your Facebook page just to showcase your portfolio with super cool animations. I saw an opportunity there and I used it. My first templates sold like crazy. As Flash began its slow demise, WordPress came into the spotlight, and since I already had experience with it, I asked myself, why not create some WordPress themes? They became a hugely successful part of my business, but back then, creating digital goods was still just a small part of my work, and client projects took up most of my time. Somehow, I still hadn't realized that I could make a living exclusively by creating the things I loved. But that changed very soon. Fast forward to 2018, I moved to Madrid and actually planned to focus almost entirely on selling digital assets. WordPress themes were my first choice, but while working on a new theme, I noticed a huge demand for social media templates. I decided to give it a shot and created my first pack of Instagram post and story templates. They sold so well that I left WordPress behind completely and started focusing on social media products. They were so much easier to make, required no programming, and involved almost no customer support. After that, I discovered fonts and slowly shifted my focus from templates to creating fonts almost exclusively. But, and this is a big but, this was never truly a passive income for me. It's always been a full-time job, and more often than not, it's a job that takes more than 8 hours a day. And that work isn't just designing new fonts. It's strategy, market research, content creation, marketing, video editing, audio editing, copywriting. It's everything rolled into one. And that's something no one tells you about selling digital products. You'll see so many blog posts and Instagram reels promoting that just by creating Canva templates, you can earn 6 figures a year. Yes, you can earn that much and even more, but not just by designing templates. You have to do everything else and even more to be successful. So let me give you the advice that probably brought me to where I am today. Do more than everyone else and try to do it better than everyone else. Why were my Flash Facebook templates successful? And it was because I was one of the first to make them. The same happened with WordPress themes. I brought new features, new animations, new ideas. Social media templates, because I was one of the first to make animated ones. Fonts, the same thing. I was one of the first to explore color fonts. I was one of the first to create those elegant ligature-rich typefaces. I was not the first in everything, absolutely not. But was I trying to be the best and to provide more with every ounce of my energy? Absolutely yes. And that's why it was worth it. One of the fonts that brought me biggest earning this year is Silver Garden. You probably know it. It's a font duo that combines an elegant serif with capital script letters. I created it back in June 2022, and it's still a bestseller because it was one of the first fonts of its kind in the market. and I made sure it was as good as it possibly could be. So let me sum it all up in a couple of key points. First thing, do your best in every project. Give every single atom of your knowledge, experience, and expertise to every product you create. Second, do a market research. Look for what's missing on the market. What unique products can you create to stand out? For example, I've heard that video mockups will be a big thing next year. You might not be the first to create them, but if you start now, you could become one of the trendsetters. Third, presentation is absolutely everything. If you create a video mockup, show the video. If you make a variable font, include an animation showcasing its features. If you design a branding template, design also a mockup logo, color palettes, and fonts. Make it real so potential buyers can see how it works. Fourth, market your products. Marketplaces like Creative Market have millions of products, and if you do not promote yourself, no one will notice your work, no matter how good it is. And fifth, keep creating new products. This year alone, I launched more than 20 new typefaces. Each new product brings exposure to your old ones. That's why I say this isn't passive income, and there's absolutely nothing passive about it. So, thanks for tuning in to this week's Monday Breakthrough. If you are considering to sell digital products, or if you are already doing it, remember to do more, do it better, and don't stop experimenting. Also, I would love to hear your thoughts or any advice you have on selling digital products. Drop me a message on Instagram or leave a comment on the podcast. I would love to connect. Until next time, keep creating, keep improving, and keep challenging yourself. See you next week, guys.